I made $2,150 in 1 week at Fedex ground. If you're thinking about coming to Fedex ground, keep watching to the end, and I'll explain to you how I did that. Alright, so in the previous video, I talked about the difference between Fedex ground, and I've also talked about the most miles I've ever driven in 1 week at Fedex ground. Alright, so the more miles you drive normally, the more you get paid. In previous videos, as I mentioned, the contractors own the trucks. Fedex ground does not own the trucks. So the Fedex ground contractors, they have a lot of wiggle room on how much they can pay you and how they pay you. Some pay by the mile, some pay by the load, some pay by the hour, some pay for your drop and hooks, and some do a mixture or a combination, just depending on what the situation permits. How much you get paid is also dependent on the freight in that area and how many miles you're able to get or how well that freight is paying. I don't know exactly how much the contractors get paid. I think it varies just depending on the area that they're in, maybe their seniority, maybe the truck seniority. I don't know how many points they have. I know there's some kind of points award system or something like that. If you're a FedEx contractor and you know, maybe you can leave a comment in the section below. Alright, but I know that different contractors pay their drivers different pay, just depending on what the situation is. Alright, so if you're thinking about coming to Fedex ground, make sure that you find the contractor that is paying what you want to make. No matter how they're paying it, by the hour, by the mile, whatever. There are some routes that you will have to sit and wait. You might drive 3 or 4 or 5 hours to get to where you're going, and you might have to sit there and wait 2 or 3 hours for the next cut time, and then drive 3 or 4 or 5 hours back. So you want to make sure that you're either getting paid enough for that job, or you're getting paid enough by the mile to make up for those 3 hours that you're sitting. I've met some contractors who pay by the mile, and then they pay their guys detention time when they're sitting. Alright, so at the end of the day, it probably all kind of evens out. I mean, inevitably some contractors are going to pay better than others, even if the miles and the route and the freight are the same. You know, maybe they have newer trucks, or maybe they have a better maintenance program. Who knows? Alright, like I said, you have to find the contractor that's right for you. And if you're near a large terminal, there's going to be several contractors there. You just have to kind of shop around and ask and figure out which one is the best one. Now, once you're in the Fedex ground system, yeah, you can leave one Fedex ground contractor and go to another one, but you don't want to do that too much. You don't want to build that kind of reputation within the Fedex ground system, you know. And if you do it a couple of times, you know what I'm saying, until you find the right one, fine. But you don't want to just, you know, be skipping from contractor to contractor just because, I don't know, you had a bad day or something, okay? Alright, so one of the ways to make more money at Fedex ground is to build rapport with your contractor. Build rapport with your fleet manager, or build rapport with the actual coordinators / dispatchers at the terminals. When you go to some of these terminals, depending on if you're on dedicated freight or if you are on running wild man like I did when I was in North Carolina, you build rapport with the if you build rapport with the coordinators, they'll give you more miles. They'll see that you're reliable, and they see that you want to run, that you want to work. And when you come in there, if you do the little dirty work that no one else wants to do, like for example, I used to leave out of Charlotte and go up to Concord and back, you know, 42 miles round trip. It really wasn't worth my time. It took me an hour and a half to do. When you talk about finding the trailers in Charlotte, hooking up to them, driving down to Concord, dropping those off, picking up some more trailers, coming back, I might have made an extra $20 a day. At that time, I was getting paid by the mile, and so I might have made an extra $20 a day doing that. But if you talk about 5 or 6 days a week, that's, you know, $100, $120 a week, which doesn't sound like much, but over the course of a year, that's $5,200 or more. You know what I mean? So you have to think like that. You know, if you can give yourself a $5,200 a year raise just by doing a little extra work, you know, why not? And the thing about it was, I wasn't doing anything at the time anyways, because sometimes I would have to sit there for 2 or 3 hours at the Charlotte terminal. So while I'm sitting there, I might as well run up the street and make some money, and then I can still come back and get a hour nap before it was time for me to take, you know, the freight back to where it had to go. So just something to keep in mind. All right, and when you do that for those coordinators, because they got to get that freight out of there, and when they've got freight just sitting around, it looks bad on them, it looks bad on the terminal. They need to get rid of all that freight. And so if you do that for them, they will definitely hook you up, you know, when they can, and give you more miles. Okay, and you can do this especially if you are running wild man and you are not on dedicated freight. All right. Now, you want to build rapport with your contractor or your fleet manager also. And when I say build rapport, I'm not saying you have to kiss anybody's butt or anything, but always know who your customer is. If you are a driver for a contractor, FedEx Ground is not your customer. Your contractor is actually your customer. All right. FedEx Ground is the contractor's customer, but the contractor is actually your customer. You're providing him a service, and if you show to him that you can be reliable and that you want to work, you know, he's going to come to you when there's more money on the table. All right. I mean, that's just natural. You know, if you're reliable, whoever that you're working for, whoever your customer is, they're going to come to you when they need someone who is reliable. So in the long run, that's going to get you paid more money. All right. So something else to keep in mind. All right. The run that I'm on, you know, there's a lot of miles involved in it. Round trip is 626 miles, and depending on how hard I want to run that week, you know, normally I run 5 to 7 days, just depending on how hard I want to run and how many hours I have left. I can't go into detail about how much I get paid per day or per mile or whatever, because in the FedEx Ground system, everybody might get paid a little differently. It's kind of taboo to talk about exactly how much you get paid per day or per mile or whatever, because it just might be different between other drivers inside that system. But if you work really hard and you build rapport and you show that you're reliable, you'll get good routes. And if you get good routes, you know, usually means better money. If you're a FedEx driver, how much are you making a week, you know, on average? You know, on average, I probably do between $1,500 and $1,800 a week. That was an exceptional week. That doesn't happen very often, you know. But, you know, between $1,500 and $1,800 a week for a line haul driver isn't bad, you know. Definitely live with that. What's the most you ever made as a line haul driver, or any trucking job in a week? You know, not being the actual owner operator or whatever. Leave a comment in the section below. So I hope you got value out of this video. The point is, you know, like I said, become the FedEx Ground. Choose your contractor very carefully, because that could be the difference between reaching your goals and not reaching your goals. All right. Thank you for watching the video. And as always, stay smooth, my friends.